one day in the morning, there was a clam, like an orange clam. It made a sound early in the morning. In Squidward's Easter Island henhouse in the Bikini Bottom. And Squidward was in a bed, in his bedroom, in Squidward's Easter Island henhouse. And SpongeBob and Patrick are wearing party hats and blowing party horns. They're holding up a sign that says, "Happy birthday, Squidward!" So they're celebrating together. If it was Squidward's birthday. And also, SpongeBob and Patrick, they have a birthday cake with Squidward. It's a birthday cake with a candle on it. They open the door and close the door. Outside of Squidward's Easter Island henhouse, and Squidward said so long to SpongeBob and Patrick. And also, the next one is, SpongeBob was in the SpongeBob's Pineapple House. And he told Gary the Snail, if it's opposites, if he barks like a dog instead of meow like a cat. He said, "Ruff," like a dog. And he said, "Meow," like a cat. Just like Gary the Snail. Someone was at the door. It was Patrick. SpongeBob opened the door and closed the door of SpongeBob's Pineapple House. And also, SpongeBob opened the door and closed the door of SpongeBob's Pineapple House. SpongeBob told Patrick it's opposite day. And Patrick is really very proud of me. He said, "What's this?" And then, Patrick, he was holding his breath. He's turning pink. And then he was really very disappointed. He's blue. He's turning blue. And SpongeBob told Patrick to breathe. And then Patrick started to breathe. And then Patrick said, and SpongeBob said, "Oh, Patrick, breathe!" And Patrick said, and not that with Patrick. He's not blue. He's turning blue instead of blue. He was pink. He's a pink starfish. And SpongeBob has to show it to Patrick instead. And then it was opposites instead. And also the one, it's SpongeBob is pink and Patrick is yellow with spots. The same as SpongeBob, he's a small yellow toy and Patrick is a small pink toy. And with December, it starts with a Christmas. I have one with Christmas. It's also it was SpongeBob Pink Pants. It's a small toy. And Patrick is Patrick Yellow Pants, like a small toy. He's yellow with spots. And Gary the Snail is wearing a black bow. With Gary the Snail of his food, of his dish. And SpongeBob is enjoying a can of snail food inside a Gary the Snail this food of his dish. He says meow like Gary the Snail. And Patrick is sitting on lots of newspapers. He says meow like Gary the Snail. And SpongeBob and Patrick using a bubble as a bottle. They use a bubble wand to blow a bubble. And SpongeBob is a yellow bubble. And Patrick is a pink bubble. And it pops the bubble. It made a popping sound. It went pop. And the main sound went. And SpongeBob and Patrick are talking. They laugh loud. Their friends say they laugh loud. Say, Meanwhile, SpongeBob said, do you think it might talk about happens with a piece of it, Patrick? And Patrick said, nope. And SpongeBob and Patrick laughed loud, saying, and they met Squidward. And Squidward used a hammer to make it build it was Patrick's Rock's house. It's orange with a light blue door. The same as SpongeBob's Pineapple House. And SpongeBob said the words are opposites, and he's the opposite of SpongeBob. He pretends like Squidward with a black thing around it. He's a voice of Squidward. And Patrick has a purple coral with a nose. He's the opposite of Patrick. He pretends like Squidward. And SpongeBob and Patrick are saying, I'm Squidward. Together, they sing I'm Squidward song. And they open the door and close the door of Squidward's Easter Island house. Like the voice of Squidward.
I don't get it. I made my house a mess, which would make me clean, which makes Squidward clean my yard. But they're really keep messing it up. But the opposite of clean is filth, which means filth is clean. That means Squidward's really making my yard a wreck, but I normally wreck my own yard, which means Squidward's being the opposite of Squidward, which means he's SpongeBob. Aha! I understand everything now. I must be the opposite of SpongeBob by being
Squidward.
I want to be opposite too.
Like the opposite of Patrick is Squidward.
Yeah, finally. That's Squidward.
Wait! It's not enough to look like Squidward to be opposite.
Do I like playing a clarinet? I practice and practice all day long, but I'm not getting every better.
Now you try.
Okay. That's Squidward.
Let's go, bud. Let's go, bud. Let's go, let's go, let's go, bud.
After you, Mr. Squidward.
Why, thank you, Mr. Squidward.
You're quite welcome, Mr. Squidward.
Oh, that's good day. Next time it's gonna be don't jump off a cliff day.
Oh, my! The house is even more beautiful in person!
And SpongeBob was pretending like the voice of Squidward. And he opens the door and closes the door of Squidward's Easter Island house. And SpongeBob laughed aloud. The voice of Squidward. It's opposite day. He knocks on the door and opens the door and closes the door of Squidward's Easter Island house. And with SpongeBob, he's a black thing around it. He sounds the voice of Squidward.
Hello, Mr. Tentacles.
Yes, please come
Since you are Squidward with a video, and SpongeBob sound voice over saying, I'm Squidward, and he's Squidward. Like SpongeBob, here's a black thing around of it. He sound voice of Squidward. And Patrick has a purple coral with a nose. He looks like Squidward. And poor Gary the Snail had a green coral with a nose. The opposite of Gary the Snail, he pretends like Squidward. The one he says, wow. And SpongeBob uses a black thing around it. He plays this, like, Squidward practicing playing a clarinet. And then, poor Squidward is really very disappointed. And SpongeBob and Patrick told Squidward it's opposite day. And then Squidward used the boat car. And then he was going after poor SpongeBob and Patrick have to run away to right. They have to retreat. And then that's the end of SpongeBob SquarePants. It's opposite day. Like someone said, about the voice who is Mr. Squidward. Like Mr. Krabs at a Krusty Krab. Like my stuffed toy who is Mr. Krabs at a Krusty Krab. And my stuffed toy that was Squidward. Like December special one at Christmas. And it's awesome and stupendous. And thank you so very much for watching it. Right after it, on Nickelodeon, it's Cat Dog. And the question I can say is, don't go away. There are specials and surprises with you on Nickelodeon if it was Cat Dog coming right up on Nickelodeon.